me tell you what happened to one of my friends, right? And she went mad. This lady works so hard. She does extra hours, extra shifts, because she's trying to make so much money, right? Her husband couldn't get a job. He has problem. He's searching for a job, but doesn't have a job. But she's the one that works and feeds the family and does everything. 2 cars. She's the one maintaining the family cars. She's the one doing everything, right? She came home from work and she had the worst headache in the world. She sat down and she dozed off in the couch. Her husband woke her up and asked her, this is the man that has been at home all day. He woke her up and asked her, where is his food? And he told her she's lazy. He told her she's lazy because she has not made his food. And she went crazy. Like, she went mad. She rang me and she was like, can you imagine this? Like, she was furious. I work so hard. I work so many extra shifts. And this is what I get from this man, that I give him every single money. Like, anything he needs money for, I give him money for. This is how he treats me. She wasn't even saying I won't cook. She said she dozed off. And he woke her up to say, where is my food? I have said it's a cultural thing, but our men have to start rethinking their thinking. Forget about being an African man or whatever. Ask yourself, unfortunately, you're not working, or even if you're working, you two of you as a couple, ask yourself what works in your marriage. We're both human beings. I've said it before. No human being came to this life as an escort. Another thing I want to ask our men, you go to work and your co-worker that is the same age as your wife, you treat your co-worker as your equal. You treat them with respect, you know, and all of that. And then you come home to your wife just because she agreed to be your wife, because she married you, she is less. But your co-worker that is the same age as her is equal with you. You have respect and treat them with like mutual respect. Your co-worker that you are admiring, oh, she's pretty, and you treat her so nice, so much respect and all of that. And then the minute she turns into your wife, she becomes your subordinate. That is what our culture says. Our culture, unfortunately, creates this impression that a woman is your subordinate. You know, she's less. She's just there to make you happy. She's there to serve you. She's there to, it's almost like the woman, in our culture, it's almost like the woman is created as an escort for a man. She's here for the man's happiness, not really her happiness. No, it's all about you. It's not true. Every human being deserves to be happy. The woman and the man, you both deserve to be happy. But our culture, I'm going to keep saying it, it's our culture that creates this mentality. A lot of Nigerian women right now that are in Nigeria are going to say, what is she saying? Kilo Salenu, what's she saying? Because this is what they are used to. It's embedded in the head. Like, a lot of these things I'm saying are going to be like, what is she saying? It's going to be going over their heads like that. I once had a Nigerian woman that is a nurse, and she's here in Ireland. Her husband is in Nigeria. She came with a working visa or whatever, and she was telling me about Nigerian women in Ireland are so disrespectful. Oh my goodness, I went to my friend's house, and and can you imagine, she's sitting down there and her husband is changing the diaper. How can a man change diaper? She couldn't wrap her head around it, that the man is changing diapers. And I was like, whose baby is it? She's like, is their child? And I was like, yeah, it's their child. What's wrong with the man changing diapers? It doesn't mean she's not going to change diaper tomorrow. The child is their child. Why can't he look after the child? And do you understand? But she was angry with me. She couldn't get it. Because in Nigeria, men do not change diapers. Men do not bath their babies. Men do not do any of those things. It's a woman's thing. It's a woman's thing. And then some couples that are doing well, the man doesn't mind. He's doing at home. He's staying at home. He's looking after the children. Everything is going okay. And then mistakenly, somebody comes to visit, like from Nigeria, and sees that the man does some cleaning. The man does cleaning. The man does cooking. And goes home and be like, hey, would you believe that Abike has turned our brother to a house boy? He is the one cleaning. He is the one doing this. He is the one doing that. She doesn't do anything, no. He won't tell them. They won't say, oh, she works hard. She comes home at 9 at night. She leaves as early as 7 in the morning. They don't care. They just don't care, because the culture says the man shouldn't be doing all these things. These are women's things. The man belongs in the kitchen. No, the woman belongs in the kitchen. The woman belongs in the blah. The woman. They don't even take a minute to say, okay, the woman belongs in the kitchen, but now she's not available to be in the kitchen. No, it's a cultural thing. So yes, this is at the end of the day, a lot of the problems are due to the fact that a lot of our women come into a women-friendly society and they abuse the privilege, if I can use the word privilege, of living in a women-friendly society. But some are also due to the fact that our men are so used to living in a men-friendly society where the men have so many privileges and they can do whatever they want and get away with it. And then they live in a society that is not like that, and they are struggling with the changes. I can't slap her when I want to. I can't just tell her I'm bringing another wife in. I can't marry 2 wives. I can't kick her out on the street. You know what I mean? I can't do a lot of these things that I could do back home. I can't threaten her. She can't be afraid of me like back home. She has no fear because she knows there's a protection for her under the law. If you're a Nigerian man married to a Nigerian woman, that's the nurse. I'm going to tell you this. Nursing job is so stressful. It drains you so much. Take a minute, consider what she goes through at work. I can tell you, most of my friends are nurses. We are exhausted. 12-hour shift is not sitting in front of a desk. 12-hour shift of looking after human beings is not easy. 12 hours of draining, stressful job. Most of the time you're standing on your feet so much. It is bound to get into your head. It's bound to make you exhausted, stressed, and frustrated. And that's the truth. It is such a tedious job, very physical job. A lot of these women are coming home already frustrated or already exhausted. When your woman comes home, forget about being a man. Sit her down and ask her how work went. Consider what she's going through. She may be irritable, not because she hates you, but because she's exhausted, because she is stressed, because she's overworked. Especially those that do overtime. Forget about I'm the man all the time. Sit down and have a conversation. She is a human being, you're a human being. Look after each other. Throw away ego. Throw ego in the bin. Ask yourself, forget about what friends are telling you, don't do the dishes, don't do that. Ask yourself what works in your marriage, what works in your family. Nigerian nurses abroad, they just divorce their husbands, they don't want them anymore, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, there are some women that abuse the whole thing. I have money and whatever. There's some women that abuse it. Some people are wicked. But if a woman goes to work and she works so hard, bringing in all this income, she's working so hard and she's so tired, she's so exhausted and all of that, and then she comes home to come and cook for you, do the cleaning and everything, she's going to get very stressed. She's going to be stressed because working hard at work and she's working hard at home. When you are stressed, you go for counseling. Let me tell you one of the things that counselors will tell you. Weigh all the things that stress you out and start to take out the things that you can't take out. Start taking away things like, okay, if you take your children for basketball or football, pick up your housework and be like, okay, which one can wait? Which one can you do now? Reduce your stress levels. They tell you to take away things. Look at all the things that cause you stress and start subtracting things. A woman that works so hard at work and comes home and this man is sitting around, he has no job, or his job is to stay at home, or he couldn't find a job or whatever, he's at home, but she works so hard and then comes home and you were there watching TV or whatever, and and then she has to cook for you, she has to do the cleaning and she has to do everything. You become one of her stress. You become stressed. Instead of being the blessing, being a support mechanism, you become stressed. So when she's counting her stress, she's going to count you too, because you have basically no use to her, in the sense that you're not helping out at home. She has to provide for you financially. She has to, she has to shoulder everything. You know what I mean? So what happens to a lot of these women is that when they count their stress, they count the man as a stress as well. And when they start subtracting, some women will subtract the man. You'd be like, I'm better off without him because he's stressed. When she's subtracting the stress in her life, you're going to be one of the things to be subtracted. It's the truth. That is the truth. I know a lot of women that have decided I can't do him anymore. Like, at least I have only the children to worry about, not the grown-ass man that, couldn't find a job, or his job is stay at home and mind the kids, but I still have to come home and cook for him and do all the cleaning. They're gonna be like, no, I can't afford, I'm providing for him. Some of these men will still take money from the woman and send to their family back home. It's not a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that if she's doing all of these things, why don't you shoulder these other things? She's subtracting from the things that stress her. She's going to subtract you as well. That's the truth. Make yourself useful. Make yourself a blessing in your marriage rather than a problem. If you know what I mean. Make yourself a blessing. Ask yourself what works in your marriage. Forget about what people are saying outside. Your man should not wash the plate. Forget about that. Ask yourself what works. You're at home 24/7 and she's out at work. Do something while she's gone. This is teamwork. This is teamwork. It's not about being the man or the woman or whatever. It is teamwork. You are like, in my language, you say, okay, but the left hand washes the right hand and the right hand washes the left hand. Both of them wash each other so they can can be clean. From having a lot of friends that are nurses, this is what I have to say that I have seen is the problem most of the time. So everybody's story is different. I'm not saying it's the same story with your situation, but everybody's story is different. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing if you meet the right person. You know, if you all work together and think properly about making it work for two of you. Making it work for two of you. It's not about pride or arrogance or whatever. It's about giving it everything. Is the weight you both carry together to make it work, so that you can enjoy yourselves. If the thing is for both of you to enjoy being married. Teamwork is what it takes. Teamwork. So that's it anyways. That's my take on it. Like I said, feel free to leave your comment. You may not agree with my points, I may not agree with your points, but that's life. We all have different opinions or whatever. But once in a while it's good to, you know, open our minds and think for minutes and just try to, you know, understand things a bit differently from other person's perspective. I don't know it all. This is my take on it anyways, and that is my understanding from having a lot of friends that are nurses and the things that I see them complain about the most. Feel free to leave your opinions or what you've experienced or what you know in the comment section below. Like I said, there's no need for insults, there's no point. Conversation, it's a discussion. We're all having discussions every day. We all live and we learn. With that, I'm just gonna say thank you all for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye bye.
Goodbye, friend.